Social media, Dr. Brett Spradlin here, Divine Design Natural Health. Meet Kaitlin. Say hi, Kaitlin.
Hey, everybody.
Kaitlin is here. She's been here 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a good time. You've learned a lot. You've healed a lot. I'm going to let you talk about that. There is your list of some things that if you want to talk about. Just give everyone a little bit of solid background on where you were before you came here to Divine Design.
Well, 6 months ago, when I became a new patient, I was at probably a very, very low point, like probably the lowest health point I've been, for a very long time. So I started out 10 years ago. I started out with some digestive issues, some anxiety. I had a lot of respiratory issues, chronic sinusitis. As a kid, I had multiple surgeries. I had my tonsils removed. I had eye surgeries, and it seems like over time, my immune system just got worse, and it got to the point where I would be terrified to travel, to eat certain things, to go have dinner with a friend, because it was almost like I was playing a game of food roulette. So I would eat things not knowing what would make me feel bad, and sometimes it would get to the point where it would affect my business. I have a small business as a wedding photographer, and it got to the point where I would be so scared that I'd be in the middle of a wedding and I would have to run to the bathroom or have so much pain or gas or bloating that would be embarrassing. And I went to, I got tests done, ultrasound scans. My primary care doctor wanted to put me on Vyberzi, which is a IBS medication.
Vyberzi.
And I looked at the side effects, and it was ironic because the side effects said, may experience bloating, abdominal cramps. I'm like, that's what I already have. You know, why would I want to take one symptom and then get a whole bunch of other symptoms and really not feel better?
So you've been through the whole, so it sounds like the whole gamut, the whole drugs, procedures. Did they ever approach you probably perhaps a surgery option? No.
I wasn't at that point, but it's ironic because I even went and saw a dietitian, and the dietitian didn't even tell me. I had done a lot of personal research upon like what grains and gluten can do, a lot of GMO and non-organic foods, sugar. The one thing the dietitian told me that was spot on was about sugar, but she didn't mention anything about how certain lectins or certain grains can cause some issues in people. So when I came here, they were able to really pinpoint the specific foods that I knew I needed to cut out, that I knew were a big problem for me at that time with my immune system. So
dietitians and nutritionists may or may not approach things in an
they don't.
way.
It's surface level. It was very surface level. Still following the traditional food pyramid sponsored by Kellogg's. So
I know that one pretty well, right, Mom? I know that one. So that was 6 months ago. You've been through HE double hockey sticks, the whole 9 years.
Basically, yeah.
So now, 6 months later, you've been here as a patient. Now, where are you?
Now it's like,
catch us up.
It's amazing. Like, it's definitely been a testimony in my life because this health issue has been stringing me along and like holding me back from so many things that I've enjoyed, like traveling. And now it's like I feel so much more freedom to be able to go and travel, to run my business confidently, knowing what I can and cannot eat when I'm not home, when I didn't cook for myself. And I just feel like so much more confident and freedom to enjoy my life again. I don't wake up with panic attacks in the middle of the night. I'm not waking up doubled over in pain, having to take time off work. I can function and do what I need to do with so much freedom and joy.
I love that. People don't get that disease and dysfunction can limit your productivity, your business, your availability to even go to work, your freedom to travel in a car or on a plane. This is big stuff. And people just don't seem to think that sickness can dictate their travel plans.
Yeah, and it's
ironic. That's very, very good that you say that.
It's ironic because, you know, it seemed when I first approached this clinic, Divine Design, I thought, wow, this is a little weird. It's unconventional, doesn't make much sense. Is it worth investing in? And it's crazy because now I think what's really crazy is spending thousands and thousands of dollars on prescriptions that put a Band-Aid on the real problem that may not even get to the core of your issue. And what's really worth investing in is not paying for a diagnosis, but paying for real healing. And that's something that I've learned that's meant the world to me. So
she just answered the last question I was going to ask. I think you just put the button on it, put the final seal on it. Was what would you say to somebody who is on the fence or thinks they can't afford natural health or thinks natural food, organic food is too expensive, or all the other excuses? That's what they are. All the other excuses people foist upon themselves to cheat themselves out of true healing while they're paying to poison themselves. But I think you just answered that in such a way. So great. So anything else?
I would just say,
who are kind of on the fence.
If you're in a place where you're just hit rock bottom and you're hit with nothing but big question marks from the conventional medical field, this would be a safe place to come to really explore and get to the core of what you're dealing with, because autoimmune diseases are very vague and they're not the same for everybody. And there's no cut and dry plan or prescription or treatment for somebody when you can come to a place like this and get the care you need, the friendships, and get a tried and true plan, nutritional plan just for you, and it worked for me. So
right on. And the education, all of the testimonials. What other doctor's office has a wall of testimonials? I don't know.
I haven't found one yet.
The documentaries, the books, the handouts that we give you each visit to learn. That's massive. Hey, if you want some of that and you want more answers instead of just increasing numbers of questions and premiums and deductibles and such, I would recommend doing what Kaitlin did, and that's get down here. Any parting words? Rock and roll.
I'll see you here.
Thank you, Dr. Brett Sprowlin, Divine Design Natural Health.